Hello.
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 Well, yes, welcome to another episode of
The English Couple. So today, as you can see, we are not in the kitchen or in the front room or at the house at all. We are in the van.
We're in the van. We just thought it would be fun, really, to escape. And that's kind of the theme, isn't it? A bit to like getting away from everything, just having a break, just doing something a bit random, life, and all of that sort of stuff.
Yes.
So I'll tell you where we are. If for those people who know Sussex, we're just northwest of Ashington, which is a little village off the A24, which is a route from Horsham, well, from London really, down to Worthing, but we're between Horsham and Worthing, heading west, I suppose, towards, well, I'm just trying to think, that way, in the country, just to get away from all sorts of things. And we're hoping to stop, aren't we, and have a cup of tea somewhere in the van. We haven't done that for donkeys.
Ages. In fact, I think the last place we did that was Ferring or Goring.
Yeah, that's right, locally.
That area, yeah.
And because my channel, the other channel, has been pretty much solo now, me doing my thing, I don't get the van out as often as I would like. So it's sitting at the back, and I'm thinking, oh, the battery's going to drain, it's all going to seize up, we need to take it out for a spin. So really this is a twofold job, isn't it?
Yeah. Two birds, one stone, as they say.
Now, how are you coping? Julia's holding the mic, the
I'm
camera.
very sorry. The camera work's going to be shoddy today because yours truly is.
No, that's no, don't be like that. You're doing the best you can. We're hand holding it and show the where we're going, a bit of the countryside as well. So this is a lovely little back road. Nice to get off the main road for a change, through the trees. We noticed there's been a thinning out on some of the roads. The A24, which is a dual carriageway, is being thinned out, and a lot of trees have been felled, which is a bit of a shame, isn't it?
It is. It's quite heartbreaking. I can't see any real point to it, really, apart from that they could earn some money from the actual felled trees.
Yes, I was eyeing them up very suspiciously, thinking if only I could park
Yoink
up,
one.
have the strength to lift it up and put it in the van, but you can't. It's too busy a road, and also it's because it's illegal.
Yes.
We're now following a horse lorry. What do you call that? Horse box?
Or horse truck. Lorry,
Truck.
like you say.
It is nice to be out in the countryside, to see that actually we're in early February, but it feels like we're heading towards spring. It's that optimistic time, isn't it?
It is.
I love that.
Just reminded me of a song from my Sullington singing group.
Oh yeah, how does that go?
It goes,
You're going to sing it?
Yeah, okay. I heard a bird sing in the dark of December, a magical thing and sweet to remember. We're nearer to spring than we were in September. I heard a bird sing in the dark of December.
Very nice, very beautifully sung, if I may say so.
Even with a cold.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
So I'm heading up towards Coolham.
Mm-hmm. That's cool, man.
That's Coolham, man. I just know that these roads, have a look at this, these roads up ahead here, absolutely empty. It's nice to get on these little country roads and you see the beautiful properties. If only we had the money, it would be fantastic to buy one of these beautiful properties. Here's a couple of nice little houses coming up. Look at these. Just simple little brick houses with a bit of land, with fields behind. It's always difficult these days to buy something in the countryside because you don't quite know if the fields are going to be sold off and then a housing estate is going to be whacked in there, which would be rather terrible. All around though, public footpaths.
It's always nice to see.
We're just passing Shipley, which is a little village with a windmill that was used in the TV series. Oh, that's now gone out of my head.
Oh, that Jonathan Creek?
Jonathan Creek, that's it. Thank you.
My brain did a thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And the house associated with the windmill was owned by Hilaire Belloc,
Oh.
who was a writer, poet, man of politics, I suppose, but I don't think he was ever a politician. I don't really know that much about him. I've got a book.
You know more than I do. I know the name.
Yeah, he's a Sussex man, and he wrote. People know him, but I'm ashamed to say I don't know too much really about him. Although I'm half trying to read a book by Chris Hare that's recently been produced about him. So that's a nice village, and I've made videos on the other channel in the past around there.
Yeah.
So it's very nice just to get out, because we've been in the house. The winter has just been wet and miserable this year, hasn't it?
It has. Yeah, it's been pretty cold of late as well.
And you've also been slightly hampered with child rearing duties, because in the past when Joe, your youngest, was small, it was easier to take him out because he was in a pram and pretty unmobile.
Yeah.
And now that he's at school, isn't he? Nursery.
Nursery, yeah. Play school.
Which is only a couple of hours. Although today
is a special day because
Thursdays he's in there longer,
yeah,
isn't he?
Yeah, he gets the usual 3 hours in the morning with the nursery, and then they sit down, have their lunch, and then they go out on little excursions looking for various things about the village. I think Lansing's still a village.
Yes, it's one of the largest.
One of the largest villages in the UK.
That's it. Here's some beautiful houses. Have a look at all this little holt here, and in that there was a Spitfire in something. I missed it.
Oh.
Sorry.
That was me trying to
move
it gently.
Yeah, we're trying to move the camera gently so as not to. We're trying not to cut. I don't know where I'm going. Look at this lovely place.
It's lovely, isn't it?
So we just thought we'd just show you. We're not really doing proper filmmaking skills. Like you would with your editing and all that, which I've done in the past.
Yeah.
Time is against us, really, so we're just trying to give you a more realistic look at these beautiful properties. Aren't they lovely?
Yeah, very nice.
So I wouldn't mind living somewhere here. The trouble is, I'm sure loads of people would love to live in places like this, and it's just so damn expensive.
Yep. Isn't it just?
And the thing is, you see something you want to show people, and then you suddenly look in the mirror and there's a van or somebody else up your rear. So we're looking for a lay-by now where we can just park up, make a cup of tea, and it's just something we love doing. And it's what the van was designed for, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Or our interpretation of the van.
Having a nice tea al fresco.
Yeah.
And not staring at the same things you'd stare at on your property, It's either at the front garden or the back garden. It's the same little spot, which is lovely, but it's nice to get out. And
it's just nice. You feel like you've exercised, even if you've just got in the van and driven somewhere, which of course you haven't. And you could go for a walk, which of course we
normally would do that.
Yeah.
But we're probably not today. We've both had a bit of a cold each, haven't we?
Yeah.
Still lingering a bit on me.
One of the things I would love to do if I had the time and the money in limitless diesel for the van would be to travel around the roads and mark all the lay-bys that you can stop off and have cups of tea in. Because there doesn't seem to be many. Every time I want to do this sort of thing, I think to myself, I'll just get in the van, there'll be a lay-by and it'll be perfect. And then you get to places and you go, well, I can't see where we can stop, especially these lovely little country lanes, and it's difficult to park on the muddy road, and then cars want access. So we've just gone through, or coming into Brooks Green, which is just north of Coolham, for those people who know. And we're just desperate to find a little place now.
Yeah. Stop and set up.
Yeah, so maybe we need to pause and
that's
then...
a pretty one, yeah.
Oh, look, there's a little camper van for
sale.
sale.
Nice little camper van. Sorry, you guys didn't see it.
Can't see it, no. Right, so we'll pause, we'll find somewhere and we'll carry on.
Righto, catch you in a minute.
Well, we have found somewhere. The Dragon Estate, it says. So we're going to drag ourselves, lovely Julia, onto the estate.
We
thought
drag on up the path.
yeah, we're just going to have a bit of a walk. So we'll do the same again, just kind of film and let the camera do the job. And then we'll come back for a quick cup of tea. So it's actually, I haven't done this for so long, not going to bother with walking boots and stuff because actually the path here looks pretty good. So you have to excuse my sniffling nose, by the way. So yeah, a few logs here cut down because this is, of course, a I guess
private estate.
Yeah, the estate, not the Forestry Commission. I did lock the van, didn't I? I'm sure I did.
Yes, yes.
So look at that.
Yeah.
Winter is here.
We didn't think we'd go for a walk, but we couldn't resist it, really, could we?
Blimey.
Once we found a spot with a really nice bridleway.
This is just like old times, isn't it? And I do miss that. And I know that people perhaps have come here from the other channel where I'm sitting and doing...
You're very serious talking in a very lovely way.
Thank you. Do try. But as the spring comes out and the weather is milder now, we want to get back to exploring. And as a couple.
Landscape, nature and heritage.
Yeah.
And Englishness.
Going away. As we know, we've got a boat trip on the Kennet and Avon. No. Yeah, Kennet and Avon.
Yeah.
Coming up in the end of May. So we've got a week on Ed's boat, which will be absolutely wonderful.
Fandabidozy.
Oh, look. Here we are. Look at these over here. Oops.
Steady.
All this fungus.
Steady, she says, and does it sound?
And does it herself.
I love these. There's an animated film called Fern Gully, and it's about fairies in a forest, and it's being slowly chopped down. But yeah, I love these. It reminds me of that. They have like little. I think one of the fairies sleeps on one night.
Oh, nice.
One night. It's very lovely. Cool. Can't remember what these ones are called. It's been so long since we've
I know
been out for walks.
When you stop talking about certain things, you know, you suddenly go, oh,
Leaves
what is
your
that?
vocabulary, leaves your brain.
Doesn't it? So I'm hoping that our tree recognition is still working.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a willow the other week in one of the parks in Worthing. And you're like, no, I think it's an ash. I'm like, oh yeah, it really is an ash.
Yeah.
It's just a weeping one.
It's very easy to lose one's knowledge if you're not continually using it.
I mean, I must admit, I'm only okay on the broadleaves, the deciduous trees.
Yes.
I'm not.
No, I'm
I
not
can't
good
tell
on.
the difference between firs and pines.
And willows, I think, are they're quite complicated because there's pussy willows.
There's quite a few different types of willow.
Exactly, yeah.
Whereas like oak, there's only like three or four types, if you include the Quercus ilex.
Yes.
And the evergreen oak.
We're on much safer ground
Holm
with
oak.
the more what do you call it when they're indigenous?
Native.
Native. That was the word. Yeah.
There was a lovely little moment there. The robin flew down and landed on the path, and don't know where it's gone.
No, we've got a bit of a. We haven't been here. This is a walk to come and do properly on a video. Look, we've got all these different options. So it would be great. I am looking forward to getting back to doing this sort of stuff because the winter, I started, the old channel changed its direction in November, towards the end of November. December, January, February is where we are now.
Yep.
And I was thinking what I'd like to do with the channel is for us to go and do a video like today.
On this channel.
Yeah, to go and do this, go for a walk, have a lovely time, have a cup of tea. And then whilst I'm out with you, I could
sit down and do one of your other videos.
Yeah, for my other channel, because I don't want to be stuck inside all the time and feel that that's what I've got to do.
And I know it's become a bit of your brand, hasn't it, for this current thread of opinion pieces. Be sitting in that chair with my ukulele appearing and disappearing as and when.
As and when you remember to take it home.
I enjoy doing things like that.
Yeah.
It's there today, it's not there today.
Like a little mouse in the background, isn't it?
I like the fact someone actually subscribed to my channel, I think it was yesterday, and mentioned, noticed the ukulele in another post and another channel. And I came and found you. I was like, yay, thank you. Silly thing, but
this is just very magical here.
It is. It's gorgeous.
I'm so glad that we got out We've been trying to do this, and we're so limited on our time because of, well, mostly because children, I suppose. And then I've got so many emails I'm trying to answer on.
Yes. How are you coping with that? I mean,
It's tough.
I know, but we want them to know.
Yeah. No, it is tough because people have made the effort to get in touch with me. You feel like you want to, but some emails you realise actually they're just sending you a link. Sometimes, you know, you're aware that people can see that the channel is growing, and so they're sort of jumping on the back of that, of trying to get you to promote stuff which you may or may not have had time to look at. So
You mentioned your emails in your podcast this morning.
oh, did I?
Yeah, yes. And you said, oh, and if you've emailed me and I've not been able to email you back, and you do email me in again. And I'm like, no, you'll
Well,
never get through them if you say that.
No,
What-
I know, but I don't want genuine people.
No, I know, I get it. I know you are very, very good like that. You're, I don't know how you manage to keep up with them or get through many of them in a day, but you do. But what you maybe could have mentioned is perhaps please don't add him to lists of, you know, for various
Yes.
things. He's already on several emailing lists.
That is
for
the
various
You're right. That's
videos
one of
and
the
things,
things is
so-
that you get added to people's lists, and then by default, they're
Essentially, it wastes Richard's time because he's got to look through more but when he's actually already seen it, or
yeah.
just thinking of you, my love.
Yeah, but most of those people aren't watching this channel, so
No, I know.
they're not going to
but-
get the message.
No, but whatever.
Yeah.
I feel better for having said it. So
Oh, good.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Breathe in that fresh air. Isn't that lovely? Mm-hmm. Well, I think what we'll do, because I think we'll go for a bit more of a stroll, and then we'll resume back at the van and finish our conversation making a cup of tea, shall we?
Absolutely, sounds wonderful.
Yeah. The kettle is on.
Yay!
This has been a while since we've done this, lovely Julia.
It surely has. It surely has. It's very nice to be back in the van.
Ah, good old, what do we call it?
I've been calling her Maria.
Yeah, Maria. Like the Black Maria. Oh, that's the Mariah.
Oh yeah, the Black Mariah.
Yeah, Carey.
Yeah, it sounds a bit like pariah.
Yeah, we don't want any pariahs here. I don't know what I'm doing here. If you hold that, I'm going to pour out the stuff. So you're on your magic lemon tea,
I am.
and I'm on coffee. And I've checked the cups. Luckily, they're still clean
Excellent.
from when we last did this. And I'm on coffee. Said that. I'm going to say it again. I'm on coffee.
You're on coffee.
Yeah, I'm on coffee. And I brought some milk this time for me.
Milk
And we
always
bought
helpful.
some biscuits. Shush, don't tell anybody, because we are on sweet rations. I mean sugar rations, in theory.
It's difficult to keep him in camera.
I know, I'm sorry. You want to keep yourself in... They can hear me.
They can hear you.
They don't need to see me.
Shall we have a quick look outside? then?
Yeah, show where we parked up.
So we've enjoyed our little walk. Let's have a look see that way.
Do you want to walk around the van?
Okay.
Show them the van and in situ and stuff.
Here's the van in situ. Oh, it's all right, don't worry.
We're having a cup of tea now.
The van in situ. There she is in all her
No, don't
glory.
live in it. We just have to come out for day trips.
What I'd like to do is get one, have it all out, see these programs and I'll go away from them, give up all the dream.
Absolutely, yeah. Live the dream. Escape to the country and all of that.
So how's the kettle doing?
Oh, the kettle is doing all right. I wonder what the water's doing. In fact, actually, I'm going to open up this back end so we get a bit more light in.
Yeah, open up the back end. I love catching reflections of trees on the side of the van. It's usually some fantastic things you can do like this. No, it's not working today. Well.
What's not
I was
working?
trying reflections
Oh.
of trees on the side of the van trick. We got a really cool photo, at least once, doing that.
Got too many blankets in here.
Yeah, we got this one given by my mum and dad. I've got another one as well of those. I don't know what I use that one for yet.
Hey?
Oh, my arm.
Oh, do you want me to hold?
Go on then.
Yeah, there we go.
You've got nice strong arms.
Strong arms. So used to doing the old filming malarkey.
Aye.
So we haven't done this for a long, long time. It's going to take us a little bit of getting back into it, isn't it?
Yeah, yes.
But as I mentioned when we were driving, so important to get the van out and about. The lady there, I don't know how much you heard of that because...
I was talking as well.
Oh, you were talking as well?
Oh, only a little bit.
Yeah, sorry, I'll find out in the edit because luckily we record on different tracks. So, but she was saying, "Oh, do you live in it?" And I said, "No, not really. We just go out for the day, and you know, have a cup of tea and all that." She said, "Oh, that's the life, isn't it? I'd love to do that." I think people think it's more romantic than it is. It's great for a while,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
wouldn't actually want to live in the van. I think it's quite restrictive
No. To live, you'd need something a bit bigger to live in, wouldn't you?
because you can't stand up for one thing, and if you're stuck somewhere for a few days because the weather is
rain, yeah,
really
yeah.
grim, then
Not so pretty. Shall I
it's
do,
not
Mum?
so- yeah, please do.
Ow, it's getting hot. Right. Coffee.
But this is joyous. I mean, I know it seems so stupid, doesn't it? And we say this all the time. It's just the fact that you can get out and you've got your own little shelter. You can shut the door if it's cold. You've got a bit of privacy. And at the same time, you can have something to eat, something to drink. And it's all
that jazz.
it's all just,
So lovely.
yeah.
Someone actually commented the other day that they were surprised we didn't get moved on by the police on when we were on our last one, when we tried out the Mr. and Mrs. Wright aprons and things.
Why would we?
Well, exactly. Why would we? And apparently it's because of people like us that people aren't allowed to go camping.
What, because we're making YouTube
Why
videos?
can't- I didn't quite follow the logic, but
that
I
is-
mean,
that is-
that's an opinion.
So
I don't
not-
see why. I mean, if we're behaving civilly and if we're removing more rubbish from the locale than we brought to it, which we would never do, we would never leave rubbish, would we?
No.
Not knowingly, anyway.
Could you do me a favour?
And get the biscuit out.
Yes. I'm going to go for one of those chocolate bourbons, if that's
Ah,
all right
good
with
idea.
you.
Our favourite, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can put the camera down now
Yes.
and point it to us, but all in one take. So this is like real raw filming stuff, but we know you love it. Well, people often say, you know, it's better when it's raw and not edited because they
More
know
genuine.
it's more
what have
real.
you, apparently.
So
That's good. It's more real.
it's more real.
It's more real, man.
Yeah, you're real.
Are you real?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, not real.
Now you've got your microphone pointing the wrong way.
I'm sorry, it does keep flapping over that way. It's not so bad if I zip up my jacket a bit.
No, it's all right. I'll do it like this. There you go.
Huh.
You've always got a microphone pointing to your face. It's an old-fashioned
helps.
thing.
It helps. It does. Oh, so
Lovely.
so you've been managing coping with all your emails and everything, and I've been managing coping with my hectic little life, my lovely boys.
So we still have our plans to move into the countryside. We still have our plan to escape city life. We have our plan for some form of small holding somewhere. Quite how
So
we
sort of
ever achieve all of
self-sufficiency.
this.
We cannot see a path to it at the moment, but hope just keep hoping, keep aiming,
Yeah.
and hopefully maybe something comes up.
In the last conversation that we had, we were talking about the old ways and the new ways, technology and what have you. And just doing this, getting out and walking as you just saw, sort of really has hit me home because I've been very much at home, and I know you've been at home with the kids, and we've not really got out into the countryside. Just can't wait to have a little bit warmer weather, stay overnight in the van, go back to some of the explorations that we used to do, where you felt freedom, even if it's only one night or two nights, and you're just away and you don't know where things are, and you can just stop somewhere like this and just listen to the peaceful atmosphere, the birds, something creeping about in the
Rustle of
the rustle of a deer or
the rustle in the hedgerow.
a murderer with an axe, So that sort of wonderful, relaxing feeling.
Don't worry, I don't murder.
No,
She says eerily.
no, because you wouldn't be still married if you were. you would have got rid of him. So clearly, you don't murder. I guess that's the logic.
Clearly, yeah, that's a logic.
So I feel safe.
Good.
And I hope you feel safe.
I certainly do.
With this old balding bourbon biscuit eater.
Pleasure. So another thing that I don't think we've talked about on the English couple for a while, we mentioned it in one of the early ones on the other channel before we switched over, because I was having issues with my cat, wasn't I? One of my 4 cats. I've got
Yes.
3 girl cats who are all related, 2 sisters and a daughter of one of them. And then I've got a younger male cat who was brought down 3 or so years ago by my in-laws and given to my eldest for his birthday. I know
As a
you shouldn't
kitten.
give cats and stuff for birthdays and Christmas, but
Especially not to kids, because they eat them.
anyways, you know, pets are for life, not for Christmas or birthday. Absolute advocate for that. But anyway, it was unfortunate timing, really. I mean, I'm glad that Elijah got that present, you know, this connection to his grandfather before he passed away.
Yes.
Just a few months later, really. But it was a hectic time, because obviously we were in lockdowns and stuff, and the marriage was breaking down, and it was just a hectic household. And Mojo being the youngest, the male cat being the youngest cat, the one that's not as bonded as the other ones, he started to stray, and then a neighbour, you know, who I think he's ex-army and things. I won't go into too much about him, but he like me, can sense when there's you know, a bit of crisis in particularly an
The
animal.
upshot is that the cat is with me. I thought I'd just
So
get
you're
to...
allowed to take forever to go around the houses to get to your point, but I'm not.
I didn't say that.
No.
I was just aware of the time on the video.
Okay.
That we've done 3 different chunks and time is running out.
All right. So yeah.
So, but you were going to ask, how am I getting on with the cat? Isn't that what you were leading up to?
Well, I was just going to update people saying that, well, yes, you're now fostering the cat, as anyone who listens to your podcast will probably know already anyway, but we hadn't actually talked about it. So you're doing very well with Mojo. Mojo is settled and happy and secure.
And the most important part,
Doing his duty and keep earning his keep by keeping tabs on the rodents that may be coming in or out.
well, definitely is.
Yeah,
We
there's
saw a
definitely one
mouse
in there.
yesterday, or a rat. We didn't see
I
it
think
clearly.
it's actually a small rat.
And the mouse was the cat. Mojo, the cat, was
On it.
on it. He'd sensed it was there in the kitchen, and it was looking under the fridge and then under the washing machine, and he knew it. And we were just kind of going, well, maybe it is, or maybe he just sensed it, and then suddenly, after a bit of poking,
That's right. Yeah, because you thought maybe it was a spider.
Yeah.
But, you went off in the
It
other room,
seemed
and I started
something.
poking around with a broom down the side and pulled the fridge out a bit. Mojo got in behind, and there was a scuffle going on, and then he backed off out of there quickly, like, ooh. I was like, I'm not sure that's just a mouse. And it wasn't. It was a bit more than a mouse. But yeah.
So he's
eventually we saw
doing
him.
good.
Yeah, he's doing good.
Well, that's my last one. I know you've been counting them. That's only my third. So we better finish off the video because it'll be
Long.
a long one. But we've enjoyed coming out into the countryside,
It's been absolutely lovely.
and now we're just going to have a bit of private time. So shutting the doors and all the curtains and having a good old moan at each other.
Oh, I wish you didn't do it like that.
So thank you for watching. We'll do another one like this very soon.
Yeah, touch wood. Maybe
Give us a
another
thumbs
one
up if
together.
you liked it. If you didn't like it,
Give us a thumbs up.
yeah. And then watch another channel somewhere else. Thank you.
Yeah.
So take care and bye for now.
Hope you all have a good day. Bye.
Cheers. I was going to say, are you not having
Cheers.
any of yours?
Mmm.